Hello, everyone. It's Kim from K&RP here in southeastern Manitoba. Jean Peters here with us today. Yay! We're going to play. Yay! It is currently cloudy and kind of damp. It is 1 degree Celsius, which means it's 34 degrees Fahrenheit. How are you, Jean?
I'm good. Our weather is actually kind of close. It's only 42 here.
Oh.
And it's very cloudy.
Oh.
And windy.
I see. Hey, Teresa, nice to see you. You're going to be in the balcony watching? Awesome.
Now, Teresa, there's no throwing popcorn from the balcony.
She can throw popcorn, just not peanuts. I'm allergic.
Oh, okay.
So today we figured to take it up a notch. I think that's what I called today. Something like that. We're going to take our painty papers and we're going to start embellishing them and enhancing them a little bit. I would like to make a couple of little art journals. I have so much stuff. I have to do something with it. I have to lower my stash. So I figured I would put together a couple of little art journals and throw them up on my Etsy shop. Because I have to get rid of this stuff. My family doesn't want it. Hey, Belinda, nice to see you.
Hey, Belinda.
See, your painty papers are so much more interesting than mine right off the hop.
Well, what I'm doing is, y'all remember these little things we did last week?
Yeah.
I have went absolutely nuts.
Hi, Marguerite.
I have all of these. And then I decided I wanted to try some pendants because I think I want to do, I'm going to just say I'm going to do it, but we all know I probably will slack on that. But I want to do some wearable art jewelry. So I have this as a pendant.
That is beautiful.
And then this one.
I can't see. Oh, you know what? I got to make you big because you're off screen. Hang on. I'm going to disappear, guys. I just have to find my cursor. You know how I go. Here we go.
I could put them on a less busy piece of paper. And let's just flip this over real quick. I love the sound of these. Kim and her rude books, but it's like
that's the sound. Hey, Ann.
So I made that pendant and then these, and I designed these with my scan and cut, and I don't know if you can tell or not, but there's 3 holes in the bottom. Yep, and I'm going to hang dangles off of them, and it's going to be a necklace.
Nice.
I may have to, my thought was to loop something here, but it might hang crooked, so I may still have to put a hole in there. I don't know. I found in my jewelry tools, and this is what I was thinking would work, this punches holes in metal. And it has punched a hole in everything except this one. The crocodile did that.
Nice.
That little tool that I absolutely hate.
I'm glad you say that because I was thinking that I should get one. Now I won't.
I can't line it up. Not the big one.
Okay.
But it's good for long end holes kind of thing and stuff like that. But you gotta tilt it and lean your head back and see if you're aiming for the right spot. And
oh yeah, that's a lot more work than I'm anticipating doing. I found these.
Had so much fun with that. I mean, it's I don't know. I just can't stop, and so I decided I wanted to take some of my plainer painty papers and kick them up a notch, make them more usable for what I'm going to use them for. So I'm going through my box and pulling out things I like. I'm going to cut them into chunks and then embellish the chunks because everything on here is individual pieces cut out.
Nice.
Yes, I'm saving tiny scraps. I could never say never. Until I'm tired of it, and then I'll probably throw them away. I did tell Kim this was going to be my tiny bits holder.
Yeah.
Right now it's got some tools in it too, but This is as big as it's going to get for tiny, tiny bits.
Okay. I'm smiling and nodding. I don't know if you can see that.
I can hear it in your voice.
Hey, Flo. Nice to see you. Andrea, you like the desk style? Yeah, see, I found these. I got so much stuff. That's not the word I wanted to use. Multiply that by a couple of words. Anyway, I've got these chipboard pieces that I bought years ago when I was painting them and making earrings and stuff out of them. I still have a lot of plain ones. But there's like flowers and all kinds of stuff that I have decorated. And so I took just my regular, like these hole punches that, like, I don't know even who makes these. Who makes these? China makes these. I don't know. Anyway, those hole punches go through that stuff. They're hard on the hands, but look, I made purple flower button. And then I just put a single hole in this so I could put a brad through it, and some hearts and butterflies. So I've been kind of making some buttons. I asked Ron if he would take them out and drill them, but he doesn't want to drill each and every one individually. So I figured when my hands are up to it, I can do a couple and stash them.
Cool.
If that makes sense. Hey, Sherry, nice to see you. So Jean is going to be working on her stuff for making jewelry. I'm behind on my 100-day project. Jean has an idea for that too. Anyway, I haven't done that.
Oh, make me big.
Make you big. Okay,
Make
hang
me
on.
big.
Hang on. Jean, there you go.
Okay, so I did something yesterday.
Woo!
First off, I was with my grandkids from Saturday a.m. till Wednesday afternoon. I actually had all 5 of them at different times. So when I got home, I was tired, and I didn't do a lot yesterday. But I came in here to find something, and I did something I haven't done in a very, very, very long time. I hope you're all sitting down. Those of you in the balcony, please don't lean over. I don't want you to fall. So I finished something. My little book that and I did it with with stickers and maybe little bitty bits of paper things, but mostly just stickers.
That's fun.
It's nothing fancy, but it's really cute.
It is.
And I finished it.
All right.
I mean, I'm just so proud of myself.
I'm proud of you too. Seriously. That's been a while.
It's been a while, and it's a finished project. One finished out of 5,000. That's not bad.
Exactly.
Okay.
Hey, Dusty, nice to see you. Okay, so I, on the other hand, have started another project. Well, I did not, but I did. Does that make any sense whatsoever? I have decided that I want to make a whole bunch of little art journals, because when I do my fancy journals with all the pockets and all the edging and all the collage work and all the painted stuff, I can't sell them for love nor money. I give them away, which is fine, but you know what? I wouldn't mind a little bit of extra pocket money so I can buy some new toys, because I'm kind of getting tired of just using my cheap stuff right now. You know how it goes. Bad. So anyway, I had all these little bits of stuff that I've started, like either things that we've played with for various things. I just add stuff to them, but I'm going to take them and use a couple of these and some painty papers and some graph paper and all kinds of stuff, put a few marks on them, sell them as little art journals. So these are like quarter size of a regular sheet of paper. But of course, the pages by the time I'm done are going to be a bunch of various sizes. So those will be available in my Etsy shop in the very near future. So what I have been doing, I have been making more painty paper because when I did the JB5 and I made those really messy papers, I figured, if you just took a single color and you did it on just a plain background with that string wrapped around your brayer, look at that. The other thing, I promise, I will not be selling stuff on this stream, like my Tuesday, Sunday, Friday streams. What will happen is if I do little journals for sale in my Etsy shop, this is the only blurb I'm giving you guys about this. It will be, I will do a recorded video flip through, and it will be titled flip, blah, 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 blah. Flip through for sale. Just so that you guys know, because I know that you don't need to watch sale stuff if it's not your bag. So that's just a heads up. But I'm going to do, this kind of papers and put it in, things like this, just so that there's a start. Listen to this sound.
You know what, Kim? If you don't hush, I'm going to end up making little journals too. Just because I want to get rid of stuff.
I know. But I always have, well, not always, but 99% of the time, I have a brown paper on here. And then I use it for my snippet strips and things. Well, I decided that I was going to hack it up into bits, and I'm just going to embellish a little bit, fold it in half, and add it to these little journals. Hey, Pam, nice to see you. So I figured that today would be an appropriate day to do it. You can kind of see what I'm talking about when I'm saying I'm getting pages ready to embellish to do that. I did a few yesterday because, but it's not going to be full of pockets and stuff. Yeah, some of them already have pockets and things in them that I have already added. But for the most part, that's not going to be what these little journals are. But it'll have some fun stuff. Okay, so I did a bunch of papers yesterday, and they are ready to go into a journal. I just have to find them. They're here, honest. And you know what else I found that I really love, Jean?
What's that?
Is when you do fussy cutting or die cuts or whatever, and you get these really bizarre edges? I love putting those on a piece of paper and embellishing them. Like,
Cool.
Anyone received a link for the... Oh, that was Malia sending it to me by email today. Anne, if you don't get it by this evening, give me a shout and I will definitely share it to you.
I'll say I haven't gotten one yet either, so.
Well, I know she's doing it today. She's looking for everybody's email addresses because she asked me for a couple.
Yeah, I got a couple of questions from Shelley for emails.
Another bad thing I did yesterday, it's been one of those weeks. My coffee machine died. My dishwasher died. So anyway, I had to go and replace my coffee machine yesterday. So I stopped at a dollar store and I bought the shelf lining stuff for, I just go in and look for, hey, Jan, nice to see you. Stuff that I can make marks with, right? So I got this and I got a couple of those these things. They come in a pack of 4. So I've been using these to make marks with. as well as some other stuff I've got. Okay, so where did I put those papers? Ah, maybe I lied. Maybe I don't have any papers that I did yesterday. Anyway, we are just enhancing stuff that we've got happening. You know, I had a stack of them. Oh, look. They're over here. So, you know, I've also got these signatures that I did for you, Jean, that I never really did anything with. I'm going to do just, you know, the 10 pages into one little journal. I'm going to add some more stuff to it. Yeah, it's got pockets and stuff. I don't care. It's got to go. I got to get this stuff out of my house.
Yeah. I want to move back to the town where my children all are.
Yeah.
And that's not going to happen with the amount of stuff I have.
I know.
My husband says we can't afford it. And I asked him, I says, well, how do you know that? Well, because houses are so expensive there, but you don't know who we owe, how much we owe, or what kind of money we have in savings.
Yeah, I get that too.
Oh, so my stack is huge now. I'll start frou-frouing it up.
Nice. Hey, Jan, did you get that? Oh, finished knitting the cabled vest? You finished it? All right. That's awesome. But see, like, I've got all these partially started signatures. I have to do something with them. So I'm figuring, turn them into little art journals, and there you go. So I've been doing.
I have another thing I wanted to share with you when you're done talking.
No, let's go big. Jean's big. Go.
You know how we did the circles?
Yeah.
I've seen this on Instagram. I have looked for it. I've used every search word possible, and I can't find it. So I just did what I thought I saw, using circles to make birds.
I saw that too. Aren't they cute? They're not.
They are. I mean, the legs are pretty ugly. I just cut with what I had handy because I wanted to make one so I wouldn't forget.
Yeah.
I thought that was so cute.
They are cute. When I was playing with the edges from the cut up bits, I came across. I see things. I see things. I see things in these cut up bits. It's like Rorschach tests for me, guys. Hey, Susan, welcome. You know how I did the monsters? I saw a monster in this paint blob. Well, I saw a couple of those little cut off edging things that I was doing. I saw a bird. I saw a little wee tiny bird. Can you see my little wee tiny bird?
Oh.
So I did a little wee tiny bird. And then I saw a big fat bird.
Oh, how cute.
So I need to make art journals and get rid of a lot of this paper so I stop seeing things.
Yeah. You keep seeing things, we might have to take you to a doctor.
Oh, something. Okay, so like I say, I want to do it so it's like a quarter size piece of regular paper. But it's going to have all kinds of different sizes in it. Oh, thanks, Flo. So something like this, I would put in, I might do a little bit of black embellishment or some black marker marks, something, you know, just to, but for the most part, something like that, people could do something with that. They could fill in the white dot, the white block, you know.
Yeah.
I do have to do something on the back, but these are the pages that I did with the JB5s.
Cool.
So I figured what I would do is tear them and then just fold them in half and use them just as they are. Of course, do something on the backs because that's pretty busy. You don't want more than one of those in a book. I'm thinking anyway. Anyway, so that's kind of what I'm thinking. Hey, Pixie, welcome, welcome. See, that can go in a book. Are you thumbing your noses at me? So anyway, these aren't the ones that I did. These ones are just ones I did when I was playing with Dana and Beth. These are the ones that are done. So, you know, some of the pages and they're going to be little like this. Some of them are going to be big. I don't know. And they're all different kinds of just play. Just some play. And some of them aren't even square.
Who would have ever thought I would take little bitty scraps like this and doodle on them just to use them?
Me?
Kim, you're such a bad influence.
I know. I'm an influencer guy. Woohoo! Never thought I would ever say that.
For me, I never even thought of what the word meant. You know, it just didn't. It's a new word for me.
Yeah. See, I think that's a lot of fun. I think that has a lot of possibilities.
Yep.
So, I mean, I'll do a little bit of something on the back, but for the most part, I'm not going to do anything to this. Oh, who's got cookies? I get it. See, like that one's fun. It's really messy and cluttered. But really, if you're only going to be looking at half of it, you know what? I might just do it this way too. So there's even less. Munchies! Yep. Six new pairs waiting to be hemmed for 4 years. Ooh. Yeah. I get ya. I do. I do. So this one I did doodle on. I love that.
That's pretty.
I used the instruction book from the coffee machine I got yesterday.
Yeah.
And some of the pages I inked. Well, not inked, I painted with black. But I'm thinking that it doesn't have to be elaborate, right? It just has to give ideas on what to do. So I can come in now and add a little bit of a collage thing. Um, you know, but I just love the way the string looks on the brayer when you put when you're on the gel plate and you roll your string up in it. Is it a special cookie like a brownie?
Ooh, yum.
Is it a special brownie?
Oh, even better.
It would be.
You know, that's what I have in my backyard.
Yeah, you've got one right across your lane there.
Yep. Although I think most of them aren't open till after 4.
Really? Ours are open early.
Well, some of them aren't open until after 4, but I think some of them are open, but most of them, I think, are after 4. One of them's even called 420.
Oh, yeah.
I wasn't able to find 420 inches your Apple Music library. Search on Apple Music or ask.
I wasn't talking to you, Siri.
You know, on a little piece like this actually now makes me smile. As bizarre as it is.
You know, just knowing that you're doing something with all this crap that you have.
Yeah.
And it's not crap. I'm just using that word.
I know. I use that word too.
You might be able to simplify, knowing what's going to happen because you did.
Yeah. Like I came back and I added some peachy paint to this one. You know, I've been playing, and so those I don't think I need to add anything else to. You know, I can leave a lot of them plain. I can embellish a few. But look, I could probably do like how many journals? Really? Some of them are kind of muddy. Do those dots look 3D? I was trying to get a 3D effect.
Yeah, they do.
And then I outlined one of those string things. It almost looks like grass or a bug, or what do you see in that string blob?
I see a big beaked bird walking across the yard.
Okay. Yes, I see the bird now too. There's his beak.
Yep.
I doodled this one as well.
Cool.
So I'm going to be embellishing some of these. Some of these I'm going to be just adding some more paint to. Some might get a hunk of collage paper on them. And we're going to put together a little art journal.
Oh. So when I mess with my Posca pens, because even my regular other paint pens, I always start them, and if I get a little puddle, then as I'm drawing, I come back and I dip into it, so it's like it's always got fresh paint.
Yeah.
It's just one of those things. But because I moved some stuff and I made a mess, I found something else that it does. It makes globulars.
Yeah. I noticed that when I was playing today too. I had all this slime on my side and I was just dipping the paper in it and I loved it. Child. Yes, I'm a child. Okay, so I'm going to take this one and I'm going to do this one first. Okay, Flo. Andrea. See? I started calling you Andrea. Now I'm back to calling you Flo. I'm just so confused. Yep. So I think I want a dark purple. Let's use a dark purple. So this painty paper is kind of blah. I'm just gonna, and then I'm gonna glue it right flat down here so that it's ready to be doodled or whatever. And I might put that on the other side. That's really busy. I think only a quarter of that. We'll see, we'll see, we'll see.
Oh God, I'm in trouble now. I've resorted to finger painting.
I did that yesterday too. Oh, I guess I should bring a cup to rinse brushes. So what are you guys all up to? And what have you got planned for the weekend?
Well, I think we're going to do another road trip,
Yeah.
a day trip. We just haven't quite figured out where yet. If my husband doesn't leave on his weekends off, he gets called into work almost every time.
Oh, that bites. That really bites. Used this stencil on my mock gel plate because I didn't feel like hauling out the real one. And it picked up all the artifacts and clogged a bunch of holes. And this is a pig to cut. It takes forever. It takes over an hour to cut this stencil. So I'd much rather see if I can fix it a little bit instead of having to cut a new one. You repairing dryer balls? Nice. My dryer balls fell apart and I didn't repair them because I didn't have any roving left. So I'm going to use a purple on this pink, and it's just brown paper. It does have an orange string thing over it. It's very, very faint, but it just adds to the background. So I'm just going to do like a little bit of purple brick work so that it looks, something a little bit fun. I don't want to get too carried away with it. Yeah, it's smudged. It's okay. This way.
If anybody would have told me a month ago that I was going to be making teeny tiny things, I'd have laughed in their face.
Really?
Kim?
Yeah.
Yeah, I hear you.
My job here is done. So now I'm going to consider this. I'm going to put some black circles on with, I don't know, maybe some black paint and just little black circles. Black paint. Just had it. Hey, Artsy Nurse, welcome. I am just doing some little pages for an art journal. Jean is working on mini mosaics. And I kept this pen cap just for this purpose. Little circles. So, who's playing what? Oh, you guys, Anne posted her quilt that she just finished making. The blue and orange one that she was asked for. It is stunning.
That's a mild word for that quilt. It is beyond stunning. It is so cool. Maybe it's because it's got a lot of orange in it. I don't know, but I love it.
Me too. Did you see the other ones she posted? The ones from, during the pandemic and stuff?
Yes.
They are also stunning. Okay, so I am going to consider this piece done. So wherever this little journal ends up. See, remember I was cutting circles out of this last week? That's I just liked the shape. Okay, so that's going to go here. Then I have no place to put wet stuff down anymore.
Yeah.
The side of me is such a mess, guys. Such a mess. Gonna rip that. I'm gonna rip that. Right about there. And because this one is just so crazy busy, I'm going to add some white to it. Not sure what kind of white, but I'm going to add some solid white so that it's not quite as raucous as it is. Oh, I'm sure he loved it. How old is he, Anne? So what do I want to do with this white? Maybe I want some decent patches of white. I have an idea. I have this thing. We'll do it like this. Like that. Just turned 11. That's a nice age. I know. I can't believe my youngest is 13. Where does the time go? My sister and I were actually talking about that. It's like, I feel really weird saying I have a 53-year-old nephew. Like, I'm too young to have a 53-year-old. Or I feel that I'm too young to have a 53-year-old nephew. If that makes any sense.
Well, I have a 42-year-old son. I don't know how that happened.
Well, yeah, my eldest is 43. Will also be 43 this year. My youngest just turned 40 last month.
My youngest is 36. I think she'll be 37 in April. I don't know. I have to do the math.
I know. Sometimes I can't math either. Oh, that turned out really mucky. I don't know. Do I leave it as mucky as it is, or do I chop it off?
Leave it alone. See what happens later when you look at it again. Don't make any rash decisions.
I can outline it, right?
Yep.
Some black. That's not bad. That toned down that crazy piece a fair bit.
Yes.
I could always come back with my paper towel. Let's find a piece that I haven't picked up boogers of paint. And we'll just do this. I think that's fine. And that one also will get added to that page. Yeah, your girl had her birthday today too, Jan. Hey, Barbara, welcome, welcome. We are making, well, Jean is doodling her artwork because she's making some incredible art jewelry. And I am making little art journals. And I do have glue on my desk. I just buried it. There we go. Yeah, 29 with many years practice. That's the way I say it.
The only way I'd go back to being 29 again is if I could go back knowing everything I already know
Me too.
and still have my grandbabies.
Oh, I don't know that I would want grandbabies at the age of 29 because I
No,
have a feeling that I would babysit a heck of a lot more than I did.
yeah. Well, I don't mean having them then, but just making sure that I still had got them, you know?
Yeah.
I don't want different grandbabies
No, I don't want different grandbabies either.
because mine are perfect.
Yep. That's the way I feel about mine.
It was so funny. The whole time I was there with the twins, the Gavin, I mean, they're going to be 2 and still not talking, but I actually got to see them participate in occupational therapy and speech therapy.
Yeah.
And I was impressed. I'm seeing tons of improvement. Gavin can take puzzles and he knows which picture matches where it goes, the wooden puzzles.
Yeah.
He can't always turn them to get them in right, but he can match them.
Yeah.
But the coolest thing is they had this peg with coins that you put in it,
Yeah.
and the coins were all different colors. So when he was putting them in, I was telling him what colors they were. And pretty soon he would hold up one of the coins like this, like, what
Yeah.
color is this? And he kept going. And then he'd have 2 in his hand, and I'd tell him, give me the orange one, and he'd hand me the orange one every time.
Excellent.
I kept telling him, though, orange, that's grandma's favorite color. So he's going to think orange is called orange. That's grandma's favorite color.
Perfect.
Oh.
Perfect.
And then he always wanted to put his socks on. And by yesterday, he was putting his socks on himself.
Excellent.
So it was so much fun.
Yeah. I don't remember, like, my older daughter spoke really early, full sentences at an incredible young age. My younger daughter, because she had somebody to interpret for her, she would just point and go, ugh. But I noticed with my great nephew when we were there, he is not speaking either. Like, he's got a few words, but he's too busy to actually sit and want to do any like learning kind of thing, right?
Yeah. Yeah, I think that my twins are probably at least 4 to 6 months behind
I don't know.
what is considered normal anyway.
Yeah.
But I'm seeing it, and it's really an improvement. I just hope that being with the other grandma doesn't make it. She really babies them.
Well,
I
I
love
think
her
that
pieces, but
Do I leave this page or do something to this page?
I like it just like it is. This marker is almost dead.
So, how do you like Posca pens? Like I say, I would like to earn just some spending money for some different art supplies. I've never used Poscas because I don't have any. And I'm
I
trying to
love
think,
them.
just trying to think of different things that I might like to play with. I've got oil pastels. I detest them. You know, I'm much
I'm
more.
not very good. I don't know what to do with oil pastels. Maybe we should have a teach Jean oil pastels. I just don't know. I have them
Yeah.
and I've played with them, but I just really don't know. On the Posca pens, I love them. On the white, if you can find the water-based Sharpie in the white, I
Okay.
like it better than the Posca.
Okay.
But that's just personal. I have some off brands that I got on Amazon to test for Defy,
Yeah.
and I like them too.
Okay.
But the I like the Posca pens best. But they come in um, tiny fine point, fine. I don't know what they really are, but this is tiniest. Then this one, and then this one, and then they come up to this big chunkies. And I love the big chunkies.
Oh, nice.
The only reason I'm not using them now is because I'm making little marks. I want to make my papers full
Yeah.
with little stuff.
Yeah.
And I probably don't store mine right, but I really think I read somewhere on Posca pens that they don't have to be. See, this one's all nice and juicy and it was stored upright. So if I had to lay all my markers down, there would be no room for everything.
She could walk in 9 months and run before a year. Your earliest? Wow. I'm just going back at the chat here. She also knows Spanish and does sign language. That's excellent. When they're little like that, they're just sponges. Belinda likes her Posca pens. Marguerite doesn't like Posca. She was disappointed. Oh, they fade? Okay. This page, Pixie, this is one of my paintings that I scanned in to the computer, and I use it to fill in journals. Use it as a filler.
I agree, Barbara. I've read that over and over, but for some reason, in the back of my head, I thought I looked it up and that's what it said. But I could be wrong because mine are all stored like this now in this thing.
Okay.
So I can't picture for the cost of them that I would store them incorrectly. But, I have done dumber things, so it's hard to say.
Oh, I put that on two sides. Well, I want to use a double-sided one. I
My
just need
oldest grandson was really advanced, even with having hypoplastic left heart syndrome. He was at 2.5 reciting the alphabet backwards.
Yeah, that's awesome.
He can't do it now, but
I don't know, Marguerite. That's why I think, like I like getting ideas from the other peeps on here because seriously, I'm a crayons and pencil crayon kind of kid still. Well, I can't say that. I do paint and whatever, but still.
okay. I knew I'd read it somewhere. I wrote in how to store Posca pens. It says storage. If you store the pens tip down, the ink can pool in the tip and cause it to dry out. To prevent this, store the pens horizontally. That's from Quora, Quora. But from Posca themselves, it says Posca markers can be kept in any position as long as the cap is firmly put back on after use.
Hmm.
So my suggestion is not to store them with the tip down. That makes sense that the paint could pool and dry it out. But and like I said, that's from Posca. So
That makes sense that it could blob easier that way.
although it does say again from Posca, the brush tip is an exception. It should be stored horizontally.
Okay, that's interesting.
Yeah, I don't have brush tips. I didn't even know they had them. I just didn't figure I probably was. I mean, evidently I had read that and believed it or something.
Yeah.
I mean, mine are all stored with the tip up, and they have not. I've not had any trouble with them. I was reading a post on Facebook. I think somebody else was complaining about them, and I've never heard about them fading, but I don't ever have mine anywhere where there's a lot of light on them. So maybe that's why. I don't know. I seen that. I haven't figured out if I want one that big though. I haven't. I think maybe I did see something about the Sharpie in my scrolling, because me and Instagram like to just scroll and scroll and scroll.
Me
And
too.
the funny thing is, I save everything I like on Instagram. Do I ever go back and look at it? No, never. But I still save it.
Me too. Or I send it to you, and that way I know it's there.
Yeah, we're really good at tempting each other there. Something Sharpie has out too that I really like. I don't know if I have it. I'm sure I have it because I did grab my travel bag of pens, which is all of my good pens, my favorites. Um, they have a gel pen, and it is probably my favorite to write with, but it's not permanent, so I don't even see it in here. They have a roller ball, then it's a 0.5, and I love this thing to doodle with, but it will bleed. It's
Okay.
not, gel pens bleed. That's just
Yeah.
evidently that's part of their structure. I don't know. But yeah. They have another one too, but I can't. I have this really bad habit when I find something I like, I buy extras.
Well, I do with some things. Not
Sometimes
necessarily.
I'm not going to have what I need. I
Yeah.
mean, it's going to run out and I'm going to need it right there. Okay, so they have the S gel.
I'm making you big. Hang on. I've got to find my cursor. For pity's sake, computer.
I'll just get out a new one because I don't know where they are.
There you go.
This is the 7mm. Oh, they got the little rubber thing on it. The 7mm gel pen, and it's okay once you get it going. It's okay to doodle with, and I like that. It says it's no smear, no bleed, always vivid, but granted, you should wait a little bit before you try it. And it's not bleeding, but then there's print on there, so I'm not sure. But the roller ball is the one I think, and I've had these leak. So usually when I'm using them at home, I wrap a tissue around it right here, and then hold on to it when I write, and I never have any problem. But this one is a 0.5, and I love this one. There's glue on here too, so it's skipping. So, and I'm pretty sure this is the one that bled. It's kind of hard. It's just a faint bleed. So it's pretty cool. I don't know what it would do with another, chemical type sealer put on it first. I don't know. But I really like them. They're wonderful for doodling.
Okay.
And put yourself back on screen. We need you here, Kim.
Okay. What? Wait. I'm just looking to see. Janet Young have them. Janet said $33. She's not so sure she would put out and buy them. What are we buying? I lost. There's my mouse. Okay. Now I have to find the cursor. Okay. What? Sharp has a new product out. It's like Posca pens, water-based. Yes, I saw that. $19.99 US is $32.99 Canadian. Yep. See, I don't want to spend that kind of money. I buy dollar store gel pens. Personally, I find that they work just fine for me.
I very seldom use gel pens. I forget they're here. But when I get them out, I love them. I just forget I have them. But the grandkids usually use my gel pens and my Tombow markers. They've pretty much destroyed, but I don't tend to use markers much.
No, I don't either, really. I've got Sharpies and Bics. Um, they're not bad, but they're not my go-to, right? Like they're just not my go-to.
Yeah.
I'm finger painting.
Something satisfying about that, isn't there?
There sure is.
All I'm
Especially,
doing is kind of scribbling and making marks, and it's so peaceful.
yeah, that's kind of what I've been finding about this. Like I played a long time yesterday down here, just making marks, and it was just nice. Absolutely a nice way to spend a day. I just really needed to do something where I didn't have to get anything completed. I could just play.
Yeah. Well, I really like doing these little mini collages. I don't know what else I'm going to make with them, whether it's all going to be jewelry or whatever. I love, I just love hearing the sound of these
Oh
clacking together
no!
or on the table. To know that that's paper and it's making that sound is just. And then I had done some pink ones and I glued them all up, so I don't know what they're going to be yet. But
I'm thinking like those things that I was showing you and jigsaw puzzle pieces. I'm just gonna make a bunch of buttons and use them for various things. We just want to stick a button on.
yeah, yeah, these could all be buttons too. I don't know. I like making them.
Yep.
I can see, people putting a dangle drop thing on their journal or
Yeah.
hanging this off of a paper clip. I don't know. I have, oh, I don't know how many um, patterns I've already made of shapes so that I can make more shapes. But I'm
Well,
going
I
to,
love them. I think they're wonderful.
I do too. I love microns. That's
Yes.
the majority of this whole bag is microns, and then my um, favorite fountain pen, and that's what I use. That's why I call this my travel bag. There's supposed to be spot for them in this other thing I showed you. It's kind of been absorbed by other stuff, but yeah, my microns are, and I was gifted a whole box of them, a lot. And so I sorted them all by size. So I do try really hard to let it get used up before I pull out a new one. Not always easy when you have art in every room of your house.
Yes. Yes. I get that. I really do.
I mean, I don't art in the bathrooms, but it's not uncommon to find something in the bathrooms. It's
Oh
amazing.
yeah, I know. I've got brushes beside every darn sink in the house. Like, you know.
Yeah. This is going to be a real pretty piece of paper when it's all done.
Oh, I like it. Like I say, I am just playing to make some art journals, just so that somebody who gets it has something that they want to doodle in.
Oh, yeah, that would be good.
It's like a starter journal kind of thing. Like this page, I'm not going to do anything with because they can outline, they can, it's got a little bit of a tuck. I'll have to do something there because there's lots of smudgies, but that's okay. I don't mind smudgies.
Sherry, I used to use the oil-based ones too, but when I found out that Sharpie does have some water-based ones, I was really excited, but they're not easy to find anymore.
Okay, I found this on the web, for I used to use the oil-based ones too, but when I found...
I'm going to have to start calling you something else, Miss Habing. Because every time I say your name, Siri thinks I'm talking to her. It's so funny.
It is. Yeah, see, I like my Signal whites, but I just bought, I think it was at a dollar store. In fact, I know it was at a dollar store. I bought these when I was on my trip, I believe. These. It's called Le Grip. I either got it at Walmart or the dollar store, and it's a nice white paint marker pen thing. It's got a medium tip. But I do. I love my signals, like these signals. I don't even know how big they are because I can't read it. The Uniball signal. And then I had finer ones, jelly roll ones, but I find they dry out so fast. And they're so fine. It's almost like you see a hair or something across, and that's what it reminds me of. So I don't even know if it's actually one of my gray hairs that's fallen out or I've actually done a line that it is, if that makes sense. So I'm going to call this purple page done as well. Oh, really? That's awesome, Barbara. Yeah, I've got those markers. Um, Ron bought me a set, and you click it, like you screw it down and it clicks, and you get more paint into the brush. They blob. They don't, I haven't figured out how to open them up to clean them. So this is still wet, so I'm going to move that over there to dry. And I'm going to go back to making little papers so that I can add them to the big papers. This one actually is just going to be a folded page. I think some of the pages are going to be kind of fun. And it's definitely going to give, ideas on what you can do. And like I say, I'm going to be adding collage pieces in as well. They'll be flat, not like text or anything. Sometimes the glue doesn't like to work on these because these are those crayon ones that I did.
You want to know a weird thing I do with my art that some people would think was weird? When I do the scribbling like I just did here, I write my grandkids' names.
That's cool. I usually write all the king's horses and all the king's men. That's my go-to scribble.
That's cool. If I need more, I do write my kids' names down there too. And if it starts to look like that, then like to cross a T, I cross through the whole word. And
yeah,
my son was surprised when I said, "Hey, your name's in here." What?
If you can find it, you can have it.
You say king. I watched a movie last night on Netflix called Damsel.
Okay.
I think it's kind of new. That was one weird show, I'll tell you. I haven't decided yet if I liked it or not. I was definitely on the edge with that one.
No. Okay, Barbara. Finer point pens, permanent. That's just it. Finding a fine permanent pen is like pulling teeth. I haven't found any. Gel pens run. I even bought those. What are they? Staedtler super fine tips. They run. I've got super fine tip Sharpies. These are Sharpies. And I think they run too. We'll find out right away. Oh, look, they're dry. Well,
And
that,
those are the ones that are kind of like a pen.
yeah, like
I
they're,
had some of those too. I wasn't too impressed.
can't believe it's dry already. I never use these blessed things. That's probably why, right?
I have a lot of pens that I really liked, but they're not permanent, and that drives me crazy.
That's it. That's what we're saying. Like, are these permanent or not? Like,
So I always I do keep them separate from my other pens so I don't just pick one up. And it does help a little bit so that I know, what to use and what not to use.
okay.
And I thought I was doing really, really cool. They had some clearance at Hobby Lobby in the Micron. Did it bleed?
Spraying water on it, they do not bleed. You touch them, like you smear them, they bleed.
Yeah. So if you had to put a finish on it, it'd have to have a spray finish first.
Yeah. Hey, Malia, nice to see you. We're playing art journal bits. Anne was asking if we got the link for tomorrow yet. That was earlier, so I don't know who you have sent out to or who still needs.
Is that tomorrow?
Yeah.
Oh, man. Oh, well, the donation went to a good cause. I don't know. The hubby could change his mind and not want to go anywhere. We have to get dog nuggets out of the backyard before Easter.
Yeah. It's one thing I don't miss about having a dog or two.
We have 3. 2 in the house and 1 outside. Oh, okay, cool. I might be able to. I can always pop in from the car if we go somewhere, too. No, I won't be driving, but...
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, Belinda, you know what? I found that out when I was first doing those floral cards. Everybody's going, you should put a finish on those. But because I use these whatever paper mate or whatever, the outlining smudge, yeah, not happening. Not a good idea. Could be a marathon party. Awesome. I'm up for a marathon party. Unless we have to go dishwasher shopping.
Yeah, I went washer shopping online yesterday. I don't know if we're going to have to do it or not, but... strong possibility.
Well, evidently we could take it to the repair shop in a town 25 kilometers away. And the reason that we would take it there is instead of having them come here is because we get charged $75 to $90 for a service guy to come out here because different town, right? So I don't need an extra $100 tacked on to a repair bill. Some of these pages are going to be pretty wild. But that's okay. Need to find a dishwasher. Yeah, mine died yesterday. Well, no. Yeah, yesterday. I did that big baked potato cook-off on Monday. I don't even know when I did it. But anyway, my dishwasher was full of all the big bowls and everything from mixing up the mashed potatoes, and it died. So I had to hand wash everything. Do you consider this doodled good enough that it could just go in like that?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
I do all my dishes by hand, and I don't have a dishwasher. I mean, I do have a dishwasher. I just don't. I don't like the dishwasher hitting my plates.
No? I detest doing dishes by hand.
I would have thought it felt good on your hands, the heat
Yeah.
of the water.
Well, the heat of the water, but I get like really bad dry cracking across my knuckles so that when I bend my knuckles, I bleed.
Oh.
So I don't know if it's that dries my hands out so bad, but I'm thinking, and I'm not putting goop on my hands, right? Because I'm constantly washing them from, doing this kind of thing.
I have a whole bowl of tiny bits that I've doodled on.
Okay, now see, I can't say that. I have doodled on tiny bits. Never mind.
Well, I could doodle on the whole page, but I think for what I'm using it for, I want a lot of different things, you know?
Yeah. Well, I'm kind of feeling the same way, right? Like you bought a Bosch dishwasher. Yeah. See, I have a Maytag. Well, I'm not sure. Anyway, but Bosch owns their company. So I loved this dishwasher, but it's, getting older. And we're figuring that the pump is probably plugged because I never even thought to have to clean the filter. Don't ask me why I've never cleaned the filter. I've just never cleaned the filter. And it was pretty grody when I pulled it out yesterday to see if that was what was blocking the pump system. And
When
with our dishwasher, Rod's got it all apart, but there's a big plastic plate on the bottom, so he can't get to the pump without removing that plate. Or you can kind of get to it from the side, but you have to undo so many different things to get to it. Um, but if it was the pump, then we could get a new one for $50 on Amazon. But he's got no way to get to it, so we figured that we would just take it to somebody who knows what they're doing.
I got home and was headed to bed Wednesday night, I walked in there and I woke Gary up. I said, "Are you okay?" And he says, "Yeah, why?" And I said, "Because it stinks in here. I just wanted to make sure you didn't die."
Oh my!
And he didn't smell it, but the next morning when he got up, he did. And it was our washing machine and it smelled like stagnant water.
Oh,
So I'm supposed to do a load of laundry today and see how it works. He did some stuff to it, but honestly, that poor washer, it has, it's on its last legs anyway.
yeah.
It doesn't take hot water because some part of that went out. So Gary says, "Do you wash your clothes with hot water?" I said, "No." And so he just bypassed that thing.
Yeah.
And then it wouldn't spin out. And so he bypassed the switch that stops it from spinning when you lift the lid up.
Yeah.
So the whole little washer's just been bypassed.
Yeah.
And it's probably due for a new one. And of course, I want to get a hot water heater when I do it. We've lived here 15 years, and the hot water heater was not new when we moved in.
Yeah.
And I know it's going to go out, and the mess it's going to make. We have very, very hard water here.
Yeah. We do too. I've got a water softener for that reason. And we have to buy appliances that are hard water safe. Like the dishwasher has to have a special coating on the racks, otherwise it just gets eaten away.
Wow. I usually wash my dishes in the morning, Jan. My mom always was real adamant about washing the dishes right after supper. And I want to relax. I don't, occasionally I will, but I'm also pretty good at when I cook, cleaning up as I go.
I am not.
Not everyone else in my household is, though.
I have this hag that comes in and cooks. And she uses every darn pot and bowl in the house. I hate the hag. I love the food, but I hate the hag. Ron loves the hag. Bye, Andrea. Take care. Thanks for coming.
Bye.
Let's throw everything into the wet paint.
Sounds like a plan.
Okay, so what am I going to put on this page that I just scraped blue paint all over? Need something bright and happy. Oh, Sherry, those are lovely. Sherry is doodling with thread.
Ooh, that sounds fun.
Yeah. See, I did that I was playing with, where the heck did it go now? I was making some ATCs, and so I did some stitching, like just some hand stitching. I love doing hand stitching. See,
I do too.
I should do that on a couple of these pages as well. Something different. I'll stitch on a circle or something. Oh, that sounds fun. Maybe that's what I'll do on this one.
I have a stack of little watercolor doodles that I collaged on top of and then stitched on. I don't know what I'm going to ever do with them all, but I like making them, so that's all that matters.
Yeah. I don't know how to show it, Sherry. I guess maybe with my tablet. Let's see if I can do it for my tablet. Do, 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 do. All right. I made it big. I might have to turn this light out. We'll see. We'll see. Can you see the stitching she did? It's almost like is that like a fabric journal you're working on?
Maybe it's not
Or,
big.
yeah, I should do that, eh? Okay, hang on. Have to find the darn cursor again. It's nice and big beside me. I got a big. Okay, so she's got all these pieces of fabric. Is that a fabric journal you're doing, Sherry?
Cool.
Yeah, but look at all those wonderful like stitches in there.
Yeah.
Are you doing another fabric journal, Sherry? Sorry for the flare of light, guys. Guess I should have gone small before I did that. You bought a roll of dollar store felt and sewed strips. Okay, on the felt. Nice. Not sure, just playing. That's awesome. Yeah, John, my mom was like that too. As soon as a meal was done, you did the dishes. I am not like that. I'm bad. I am
Well,
one of the worst housekeepers in the world. I'll be honest.
we used to have a joke, or not a joke, but a description. When I tell the kids to clean something or whatever. And we had Mama clean and Grandma clean.
Yep.
And Grandma clean was way more than Mama clean.
Yep.
Well, then after Erin got, her own house, it was um, Mama clean, Grandma clean, Erin clean.
Yeah. The other reason that I need to make a bunch of art journals is because so many of these paints are starting to dry out. They're just nasty with all the boogers and things that you get from them now. So I must do something with them. Oh, who knew that that purple was translucent? Rats. It's okay. I will just have to do something different. Make a little pencil from the felt roll. Awesome. Me too. And but a lot of times I do leave them till the morning because I have by the time it's time to do dishes, my hands and wrists are in so much pain that I have a tendency to drop things. So I will leave them till the morning, but I do them first thing in the morning. Like even before I have my first cup of coffee, I'll get the dishes in the sink and do them up.
I do mine when I'm starting my coffee. We have a Keurig type coffee pot, and I'll start my water and then reach over and turn it on, and by the time I'm done, the dishes are done.
Yeah.
unless Gary cooked and he uses 150 dishes.
Well, that's me. I use so many ready dishes. It's just stupid. Oh no, no purple on the back. Ugh. Okay, those need to dry, and then I will add something to them. You prefer doing dishes right away? Well, see, I have the dishwasher, so anything that can go in the dishwasher goes in the dishwasher. It's usually like my big pots, my cast iron, that kind of thing that cannot go in the dishwasher that gets left till the morning. Wow, I'm just making a big mess of myself. Yeah, dishes do multiply. That's true, Jen, because between working and playing with Fee, you're busy. I, on the other hand, live in the dungeon here. No, just one. Vitamin clean, yeah. See, with luck, I usually have room in my dishwasher for my instant pot, but sometimes that has to get done by hand as well, right? So that's
They,
when I find it takes time.
I saw an ad for something on TV for a dishwasher or something like that. That um, doing them by hand takes more water than a dishwasher,
Yeah,
which could very well be for me because I leave the water running while I'm, um, you know, washing the dishes and to rinse them and stuff. So
need a big circle. Big circle. That size.
the only time we use our dishwasher is when my husband brews beer
Okay.
to sterilize the bottles.
Yeah. My son. That one. They do sanitize dishes better. They really do. Oh, it could be a base for a container. That's right. It could be a snippet roll. It could be whatever you please. It'd be kind of fun if you did it for like a wall hanging. I could see that that would be a beautiful wall hanging. Just a friendly reminder, speaking of wall hangings, I will not be here next Friday as I am taking the Sacred Hoop course. It's a 2-day course, Friday and Saturday next week. Exactly, Anne. I found that too. I found that too.
I think I'm getting lazy.
Are ya?
Yep. I
Just,
pulled out some stamps to put
that's
some
okay.
marks on these.
I've got kind of stamp stuff here too. Okay, this is a calendar page. Do I leave it as it? Do I cover it?
I'd say leave it. You're making these simple to use up stuff.
Right. It's just these blank pages that I'll deal with other stuff. Okay.
I stamped this. Now I wondered why it was so cloudy and messy.
Oh, because you put the wrong side up and it's on your fingers?
Well, it would have been had I not realized it. So much for my pretty piece of paper here. Now it'll be on my fingers.
Well, yes, beer bottles definitely need to be washed and sanitized.
Gary actually won a contest at a brewery
Nice.
for his home brews. He was supposed to be able to make a batch for there, but they never followed through with the prize. But knowing you did it, that was okay to him too. So
Yeah, that's awesome.
look at that. That whole page done in two strokes.
Beauteous.
That's all I want is I want some other textures,
Yeah.
when I put these on there. And it all needs to be small because on one of my little pendant things that I made, it actually has a piece on there that is 1/4 inch by 1/8 of an inch.
Oh my.
Yeah,
I cannot say anything.
you can't. I learned it all from you.
You did not.
I did too. Or a lot of it. Let's say it that way. Not really much for doing little things. You'd think that the eyes would be giving out by now, but if I stay off my phone and don't play games, my eyes don't bother me. Go figure
Yeah.
that one.
See, I
So,
don't have games on my phone. I use my tablet.
well, I do use my tablet sometimes, but don't always carry it with me. And my husband gave me a really hard time because I set a timer on my phone to shut off all my games after 3 hours of play. And he looks at me and he says, 3 hours? I said, I'm home alone, nobody to talk to.
Yep. It depends on my mood.
Yeah,
You
definitely.
know, I've been trying to do more reading, but if I find a book, then I have to finish it. I can't just read a couple of pages. That just never going to happen in my lifetime.
I don't enjoy reading.
I love it. I love it. Oop. That's fun. I think that turned out to be a fun doodly type page.
Oh yeah, can you see what this stamps? It's
Uh,
like a bunch of mathematical equations.
Very cool.
It is. It's really cool.
So, Marguerite, at the brewery, they have to go through a power wash first, do they not? Because so many people put their cigarette butts and stuff in the bottles, right? So, do they do like a super power wash and then the hour and a half wash cycle? And I mean, some people keep their beer bottles forever before they bring them in. So there's all kinds of beasties and things in there. I worked at a bar for a while, and some of the stuff that came in those beer bottles was pretty nasty. Especially if the guys were cleaning ditches and they brought the stuff in from,
They bring in their own beer bottles?
like the guys that go out and they clean ditches, so they bring in beer bottles from the
Oh, okay.
and there's some really ugly things in them. Hey, Beth, nice to see you. Okay, Jen, have a great weekend. Are you doing brunch this weekend? Hi, Miss Sally K. I am making an art journal, and Jean is making
A mess.
itty bitty doodle bits for some funky jewelry she's got planned. She's been doing mini mosaics and using them for jewelry. They're stunning pieces. But she's using itty bitty pieces. So yeah, I'm making like an art journal out of a signature. I'll add some additional pages and put a cover on it.
Hi, Dan.
And do that. Do it like that. So I've been making like just little pages to put in Yeah. So the first Sunday in April, I have to get back to you guys if we're going to be playing everybody again. Ron and I are hoping to take a trip to BC, and we don't know when we're going. So I will let everybody know as soon as possible if there's going to be a stream or not. But I'm hoping. I'm hoping. Caustic soda? Okay. That definitely would do the job. So, what's exciting planned for this weekend, Beth? Are you working on anything fun? Hmm. You're always multitasking? Yeah. Me too. Me too.
You know, the way I scribble on some of these papers, I could write dirty words in there.
You could, especially if you were in a bad mood.
Mm-hmm.
You could put all kinds of snark in there. Okay. 2 stories high and 45 feet long. Wow. 94th birthday party. That is awesome. Happy birthday to your grandpa. That is really awesome. Definitely, definitely something to celebrate.
You know, when you cut your papers into little bitty bits to do this, you
Yeah,
get a lot done.
you do. It's amazing how many little itty bitty bits you get. I love itty bitty bits. But you knew that.
Yes. You have all these color paint pens, and I never use dark blue. I never use red, ever.
Really?
I use pink, purple, all shades of greens, turquoises,
Yeah.
yellow, and orange.
Huh. You're off, Marguerite. Okay, take care. Take care, take care.
Bye, Marjorie.
Mhm. Oh. Oh, sorry for your loss, Allie. Miss Allie K. No, no, that would be definitely hard for him.
Okay.
We're very quiet. Sorry, guys.
I'm gonna put some red in here.
Oh,
I
really?
don't like it on that one. Let's put some red on this one.
All right. There's another page ready just to be shoved into a little journal. Yay! I have an idea. Not sure how well it will work, but we will try. Pardon me. It's working. Hmm. I think I have to put this on the light box and then go over the lines that I just did because some of them bled through and some of them did not. Okay, light box.
You know, I need to get my light box down off the shelf where it's more handy.
Well, mine is accessible. It's just I never have space for it. If that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
Does make sense. It does. Okay, so I need to put something on here. You know what? I'm just going to brush some paint on that and do that. Stamp that onto here. And it's a start. Because, you know, some of these are definitely, I'd made them so that they would go in a journal. But there's only going to be like maybe one of these kind of pages in these little journals that I'm doing. Like I say, not really lots of pockets or anything. This has a couple of tucks, but what I am going to do for the tucks is put collage powder in there so that, you know.
Yeah, do Jalisco's.
Gary home?
Yeah.
Hi, Gary.
It's his second time home for lunch.
Ah,
Although he could be home for the day. It's pretty chilly out there and things get slower when it's cold.
yeah. Get it. Wow. This could almost be like a rock face and a river.
Or super tall trees on a swamp.
Yeah. Do I leave it as it is or do I add something to it?
That's a tough one. I mean, I do. I see a swamp or a
Yeah.
lake or whatever, and then these
Yeah.
tall trees. And I expect to see one of those boats they have in the Everglades.
Oh, those hovercraft things
Mm-hmm.
or the fan boats or whatever they're called. Okay, I think I'm going to leave this one. I might do a big white circle over here because I think that would be kind of fun. Then maybe something like, oh, it doesn't matter. Purple marker handy. That would be really awesome. I'll use a dark blue. Dark blue. Yeah.
What's your plans for the weekend?
Me?
Mm-hmm.
Well, go and play with Shelly and Malia and stuff tomorrow. And then Sunday I've got my live. And aside from that, I don't think anybody's invited themselves for supper.
That's a good thing.
Yeah,
It's still early.
it is. It is.
Have you ever had them invite themselves and say, "Great, we're having bologna sandwiches"?
No, but what happens is they'll invite themselves and then they'll phone their sister and go, "Hey, I'm going to Mom's for supper. Why don't you come?" So that I end up with everybody. Which is okay.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, even like the youngest grandson was going to talk to me about being here over spring break and then didn't. So I'm going to have him for a couple of nights probably for spring break, which is the last week, I believe, in March. I know, Belinda. I know. Okay, this one I'm considering done as well. Okay, I need a done pile is what I need. I have 3 pages for a little journal done. I could just put this one in there just blank like that. Yeah. See, a lot of them I only did one side, which because you have to wait for paint to dry before you do the second side.
Mm-hmm.
I should tear up just some brown paper and just have like some bare brown paper pages.
Yes. You gonna put graph paper in some of them?
Yeah, I've got ledger paper and I had a stack of graph paper. I pulled it out. This graph paper is so much fun to play with.
I love graph paper.
Me too. I do. Don't know if I should do anything on the graph paper or not. And I'm thinking that it's going to be somebody who actually does art journaling that's going to be taking these, right?
Probably.
Yeah, I think. Oh, put that paintbrush in the water. I think I need to do something, even just like a little bit on the edges, just something. Oh, I know what I want. Look what else I found at the dollar store. 400 origami sheets.
Oh, cool.
Aren't they fun? I love the chevrons. There's all kinds. This would work great for those little bits that you're doing.
Yeah, exactly.
Not that I'm going to use them for origami prints.
You know, after I did all those magazines and the first ones I did, I really definitely prefer the Painty Papers.
Yeah, yeah. The magazines are that little bit thinner. And I find with the gloss, sometimes the paint chips.
Yeah.
Or is that just me?
I don't know. I don't pay attention too much. I just do.
Yeah. What color should I do the edges? The edges should be. I have neon green. Let's use neon green on the edges. Yeah, I've got a lot of pages that are already prepared, Belinda. See? Where's that paper towel? This paper towel is going to be lovely in a journal. It's just so mucky. Oh, you know what I want to use? I want to use a scrunched up piece of plastic and do the edges. Or something like that. You know what I mean? Something all curled up. What have I got? I have stuff. And it's right here somewhere. Tracing paper. I guess tracing paper could work. Yeah. Yeah, I can just throw a page of that in for sure. Okay. Let's see what this does.
Now I remember why I don't work in my studio in the cold weather.
Your
Or
hands
record.
are cold?
My hands are freezing and my legs are freezing. We have a cinder block house
Yeah.
and I'm sitting less than 3 feet from the wall. And my legs are, under the table and all.
Yeah.
And I'm not sniffling yet.
Yeah, I find that if I'm down here too long, my hands start to ache as well. That's fun. Looks kind of Christmassy. I'm going to leave it just like that. They can outline it or whatever. Yeah, I've got no place to put wet paper over there. Ha. That one I said it had to go on. No. What if? I just used crinkly green stuff all over this page. Ha. And then all my crinkles are getting too flat. Okay, didn't want to get anything on that side. Perfect. Now I've got all this green paint here. What am I going to do with it? You can add some green to this. Oh. Well, not a big fan. Not a big fan at all. We'll just change that for blue.
I normally wouldn't doodle any paper like this with no rhyme or reason and just scribble and scribbles.
Yeah,
But I love it. I really do.
that's awesome.
I keep stopping to sit on my hands to warm them up a little bit.
Well, we could call it a day if you like.
No, no, no. My hands are cold. That's just, my toes are too, but my toes are always cold.
Okay, where is that blue? Huh. Yes, portable heaters are good.
Yes, I do. I just forgot about it because I haven't needed it. It's been in the 70s and 80s for the last 2 or 3 weeks.
We haven't had that luxury yet. We have our regular spring melt, which is weird because we really don't have that much snow, but we do have a lot of water across the back right now.
Kim, Sherry asked, what's the plan for the craft along tomorrow? Do you have any ideas?
I don't know. I think Malia said that Shelley's going to be doing a junk journal, maybe, and I think she said she was going to be doing painty papers. But I'm not 100% sure. You know.
I kind of got the impression it was just crafting together, not so much.
Yeah, that's kind of what I thought it was too. That we're just gonna craft and chat and visit and actually I asked her today when she messaged me earlier. Malia, that is. And I'm pretty sure that's what she said. That just craft along. Just craft and hang out, kind of. Which is always fun.
Mm-hmm.
Now that I'm pretty sure was fluorescent pink. Maybe I'll even what I'll do is some stitching on these pages tomorrow. Maybe that's what I'll do on some of these pages that I'm working on today. Or maybe I'll actually pull out some watercolor and try doing some watercolor instead of just acrylic. But the reason I want to use acrylics is so that in case they did decide to do something, these wouldn't run.
Mm-hmm.
That's an interesting page. I'm going to leave that just the way it is. Oh, look, I'm fuzzy. With more purple, though, because that's pretty ugly looking. Do you find that purple quite often goes brown no matter what you do to it?
Mm-hmm.
It's really a hard color to use.
Well, there's my prettiest piece of paper. That's
Oh,
my
that's pretty.
that's my scrap that I was dabbing my stuff out of.
That's lovely. It is. It's lovely. You know what else I would like to do? Oh, yay. Um, is I have, where is it? I've taken that. I'm not sure if you sent me that course, the textile course, Jean, last year.
What?
There was a textile course last year online. I'm not sure if you sent me the link to it or not, but what they did was they had you paint some fabric and then stitch on it, right? So
Mm-hmm.
then you would do stitching around the circles or whatever, French knots and the big clumps.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe what I'll do is do a bunch more fabric with paint on them, pull out the gel plate, just little pieces like this to use in the journals. Because I have so much fabric. I think that could be an idea too.
Yeah.
This was a white on white, little white hearts on a white background. And the little white hearts did not take paint.
I love that kind of fabric.
I had quite a bit of this because when my older daughter got married, her daughter was the flower girl. So I made her the big dress with the crinoline and everything. And this was the fabric. So I had lots left.
Do you ever pick up a piece of painty paper that you've had for a while and wish you knew exactly how you got those marks that's on there?
Yes. Yes.
This one's got lots of little squares and rectangles on it. I don't know what it is. I would say it was a stencil.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't recall having one like that.
Or did you do it on an old scrapbook paper that maybe had that?
Could be. Oh, it's a calendar. No, it's
Okay.
it's not a calendar. It's just one I printed up. It's on scrap paper, so I don't know.
Huh.
Could be because it's kind of green. Sort of looks like little houses and
Yeah.
um,
See, I had some leftover paint the other day. What were we doing? Can't remember even what I was doing. But I made all these little orange polka dot things.
mm-hmm.
And I was going to doodle on them and then cut them out and use them as collage fodder, just as, a cluster of dots here and there. But I don't know if I want to do a page of polka dots for this.
It's cool.
Oh, there's tape all over this. Yeah, that's probably why. I don't think that's going to work. I think I'm just going to cut out little orange polka dots and put them on things.
There you go.
So I took fine. Doodled like that. Yes, no.
Hmm. It's okay.
Just a spiral, maybe.
Maybe.
Oh yeah, I like the spirals. I could do a variety of things in them.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I like that too. Yeah, I'm not as fond of the flowers as I am the other stuff. I think my favorite is just the checkerboard kind of thing. Spirals and checkerboard
Yes.
instead of the flowers.
Yeah.
All right. I really do like the way those checkerboard things turned out. Okay, so let's add these to something. Let's do a little cluster there. So, what are you guys working on this afternoon? Are they working on anything? Oh, you're working on journal cards? Awesome, Belinda. You did 4.
When I'm done here, I got to get some stuff ready for the post office.
Yeah, I need to go to the next town and pick up a prescription. Or maybe I'll do that in the morning. You know, by this time of day, I don't want to go anywhere. I don't want to do anything.
I know, me neither.
It's crazy.
I'm not real good at doing split time stuff, like something in the morning and then something in the afternoon.
Yeah. I don't normally have a problem with it. Because, I mean, so often I go grocery shopping or whatever before I do my lives. Only if I'm just pretty much running to the next town. Like, I don't like to go to Costco or something big. But I do prefer to get stuff done in the morning. I've got more energy.
Mm-hmm. I tend to be late night lately.
Me too. But
I
I
never used to be.
but I'm still waking up at like 5:30, 6 o'clock in the morning.
Mm.
I was up until I've been watching on YouTube these rappers or whatever who've never heard like the music that we grew up with, like Joplin and Dire Straits and whatever, right? So they play one of their songs and they're just flabbergasted at the riffs and the solos and whatever. So I think that's absolutely hilarious. So I've been watching those, but yeah, that 2 o'clock in the morning. Watching those until 2 o'clock in the morning because I'm just laughing at these guys being so wowed by real music. Not that their music isn't real music, but you know what I mean?
Yeah.
The lyrics and
I've seen some that have done it over some songs like that are, huge hits, and some country songs too it's like, wow, I didn't know anybody could sing like that.
yeah, exactly.
I'm like, really?
Like they were just so stunned about Janis Joplin's voice. Like
Yeah.
they couldn't believe that it was actually a white woman singing it because it was just so bluesy. Which is true. Like, I mean, her voice is just so incredible, so unique. Sherry, did you stamp those or stencil those? How did you do those ones? I saw somebody who had just done, it was on Instagram. They did felt bookmarks, but they stamped them. They were lovely. Let me just put it on here and I will show you guys. Okay, I'm going to make me big. Got to turn that light off. Sorry. There we go. Can you see those? Look at how nice and crisp those came out.
Oh, wow.
Wouldn't those be lovely in a snippet roll?
Absolutely.
Okay, Sherry, how'd you do those? Are they like iron-on transfers? No.
You know, you can do rub-ons like that too. You can do rub-ons on fabric.
Really?
Yeah.
Huh. I've never done a rub-on fabric.
I have, even with those cheapy dollar store things.
Is that a napkin? Sherry? Dyed
Yeah.
fabric and rub-ons. Okay. Those are beautiful. Okay, I'm making myself small because I'm going to turn that bright light on again. Maybe. Still going to be kind of flashy. That wasn't so bad. I didn't think it was so bad. Okay, so this needs just a little something on this side. This one I'm considering done. I have an idea. Napkins do work on fabric, yeah. I've never played with rub-ons. No rub-on anything.
I love rub-ons. They're not easy to find.
More toys, more toys. I need more toys out. Not. Hey, Dana. Nice to see you. I am making a little art journal. Or 7. What are you laughing at?
Nothing. I just saw something funny. That's all.
There, I used crayon. I made lines with crayons. Because I could. That page is done. I'm going to leave this green crayon out. In case I want to scribble or something. That one's done.
I think my black ink needs re-inked.
Yeah. I've had to do that. Special delivery.
Yep, I'll be right back.
Okay. What you working on, Dana? Oh, that's right. You guys were playing on Beth's Kiln today. Awesome, awesome.
I'm back. I got my Amazon order today,
Nice.
and for the kids, the twins' birthdays,
Right.
and it all came from the post office, except one T-shirt.
Oh,
It came UPS. That's kind of weird, I think. But when I looked at the Ring camera to see who was there, they were just standing there, and I thought maybe that whatever it was is something I had to sign for, but they were gone by the time I got there. Since Gavin likes to take off his clothes, I wanted to get him some one-piece stuff.
yeah.
I have to say it's pretty darn cute to see him, sneaking out and getting out of his britches and his diaper and seeing that little bare butt hanging out under his T-shirt as he runs across the room.
Yeah. None of my grandsons were naked babies, but my nephew, or my great nephew, really, really was.
Riley was. His older brother was really bad. And he still prefers to just be in his underwear. And he's 14.
Yeah.
So he started wearing shorts over instead of just his underwear, which is a good thing.
Yes, yes, it is.
Ooh, that's juicy.
Oh, you inked your.
Yeah. Almost juicier than I wanted it. But that's okay.
That's what I find when I do mine. I have to really let it sit for a while.
Yeah, I should have.
But no, we need it right now because when we need it, right? Like,
Yep. I'm getting a lot of miles out of that stamp.
awesome. Oh, you're making mosaics? Nice. I was saving broken dishes for that for a while, but no longer. I don't need more projects than I've got since I started this one. I need a couple more of those. Couple more of those. So I painted a whole bunch of orange polka dots and tried a few different things. I like these the best.
Cool.
Those I really really like those for some reason. Very strange. Wow, I'm really mucky today.
Me too. But I'm beginning to believe that's normal.
Yeah. Well, I've been finger painting, right? So
Yeah.
you can't really stay totally clean if you're finger painting. You can try.
Boy, this is going to take forever to try.
I guess I could stamp some of these too, right?
Mm-hmm.
That would mean I'd have to get out my stamps. I don't want to get out my stamps.
Well, mine are all, the ones I use the most are all in a drawer behind me. Well, I rephrase that, 3 drawers behind me. But then I have all my wood blocks I have to get up for. So,
Yeah. Is that a stamp those little tiny checkerboard things?
yeah,
That's cute.
yeah. It's a Tim Holtz stamp. I've had it for a long time. It's unmounted,
Okay.
but I use it just like this. I don't mount it on anything.
Yeah.
For somebody who doesn't wash anything, I washed that one. It
Yeah.
was
It's so little, right? Like you don't want it to get all bunged up.
right, and it was so wet that everything was in the middle of it. I mean, it was in all the wrong places.
Yeah.
So I
Yeah.
actually pulled off a lot of papers today, and this is the only amount I didn't get around to doodling or marking, I should say. And then I got 4 really wet ones here. So
I'm gonna make you big so you can show them off. Just give me a sec, please. I just gotta. Let's make that dodging big, big, big. There we go.
what I did was just all these jelly prints that I just found just pulled off parts of because I need little pieces and I need them to have little patterns. So these 3 are really wet. So there are actually, I guess there's 4 there. So they're drying, but I did all of these painty paper pieces and I just scribbled on them and doodled on them and drew circles and added other colors and finger painted and whatever I felt like doing.
That's awesome.
And some of it with no thought at all, just kind of letting the pen just drop. And then I have the littler pieces are all in here. And never in my whole life would I have thought I'd take little pieces like this and doodle on them to use them. Never. I would have never. If you'd bet money on it, you would. I would have thought, you're going to lose. But what I'm doing, those who might have came in and didn't see these originally, and I have a cute little pendant, but it's in the other room. But I made this little guy, and it's got holes here for dangles because it's going to be a pendant. And so is this one. And all they are is just little pieces of paper cut and glued, and I do space them so they look like a mosaic. I can fix that with a Sharpie or paint pen if I don't get it quite right. And this one, it's not one of my favorites, but the more I look at it, the better I like it.
It's fun.
And it'll be a pendant. And then, of course, there were these that we did the other day. And here's one I have started. And the one thing I learned from all of it, especially these where they're really little, I need to save the one that's going to be the back piece for the very end after the whole thing is done and then put it on, because these are really yucky looking on the back.
Yeah.
With the glue and all that. I don't know if you can tell. Yeah, you can sort of.
Yeah.
So I'm going to have to cut another one of each of these so that I can put them on the back.
Right.
And then I'm going to glaze them. And I don't know. Maybe I'll make them into something. And maybe I won't.
All right.
Thanks, Jerry.
They are very pretty.
I had a lot of fun messing up these papers again.
Yeah.
Maybe that's how I need to jelly print little pieces from now on,
You know what? I like doing the big pieces and then I chop them up and add to the smaller pieces, right? Like I'll put them back on the plate, or I'll just do a corner at a time.
Yeah.
Sometimes, but yeah. No, I get it that when I've been playing here today, it's like I should have done something totally different on the plate. And you're right, smaller bits.
Yeah.
Either
But
that.
when I want to get this tiny detail into things, I don't want to do it on a big piece.
No.
I'd get so crazy burnt out fast.
Yeah, and your hand hurts. But if you are just doing a little piece and you go and you do the next little piece and then the next little piece and it's not nearly as bad.
Yeah.
Not nearly.
Very true.
Yeah. Well, guys, it has been 3 hours. I appreciate you all being here. Thank you, Jean, for coming and playing and doodling. And I hope we've inspired you guys to do a little bit of doodling and that kind of stuff. I will be back on Sunday. Not sure what I'm doing because it's always a surprise because I only have 10 minutes before I go on. All right. Thanks very much for being here. Everybody in the balcony, anybody who watches replays, all you guys who are here in the chat and visiting with us. It's been a blast. Take care, everybody. I appreciate each and every one of you. Big hugs, and I'm saying bye for now.
Bye, everyone. Thanks for coming.